Hi, my name is August, and I'm excited to be talking with you today about how you can adapt your repair business to add a new repair revenue stream by setting up a mobile repair flow using RepairShopr. Whether you're already offering on-site repair services or you're looking to get into that, this video is going to be helpful because we're going to give you a chance to understand how to expand your business and make it easier for your customers to get started with their repair requests using RepairShopr and this mobile repair flow. When the process for starting and completing a repair is easier, you'll be able to save time and make more money. This process is going to take us less than 1 hour to set up from start to finish, and then you will have an additional revenue generator coming from your website. There are a number of ways to do this, so today we're going to show you a simple way for how this flow will work from your website all the way to delivering the device back to your customer. There may be some things that you want to adjust and change for your business needs, so please do that where you feel like it would be best. We're going to start off by walking through a few things that you will need to set up to make sure this flow will work well within RepairShopr. I'm going to show off this flow with a brand new RepairShopr account to show off each step like you may see when first starting with RepairShopr. With this flow, we are going to assume a few things here, mainly that you have a RepairShopr account, ideally an upgraded paid account that would not have any limitations on usage. You have a credit card integration with RepairShopr set up. You have already set up your repair flows for like mobile repair services. You have the RepairShopr mobile app downloaded from the iOS or Android app store. Some of the steps will be using the mobile app. We won't show off the mobile app during this video since we're recording this on a computer, but we will make note of those. Those mobile apps are free to download in the App Store. Another thing you'll need is a website that you can use to integrate this flow so that your customers can reach out to you online. Last thing we recommend is making sure your business insurance or vehicle insurance will cover you or your staff for any liability in offering delivery services. That's something we'd recommend, reaching out to legal or insurance just to make sure that you're covered there. But let's go ahead and dive in and start setting this flow up. We're going to start by scrolling down on this admin page to our ticket custom fields. Ticket custom fields is a great place to start with setting up. There's a lot of use cases for these in the RepairShopr. Today we're going to create a new custom field type. We're just going to call this mobile repair just to give that a name. And when you create a custom field type and you click manage fields, we're going to be capturing some unique data points that we want to have the customer fill out when they're submitting a service request. So we want to know their password for their device. We're not going to make that field required. We are going to create a text field for that. From there, I'm also going to ask them for device serial number or IMEI. Maybe you have those types of numbers that you want to capture just to make sure that you have specific details about the device that you're going to work on. Again, those are not required fields. One field we are going to require is we're going to ask them about paying a rush repair fee. And instead of a text field, we're going to have a few specific answers. I'd prefer and we're just going to put a little price there. I'd prefer we have a little $15 trip charge there that we've added in. And then maybe you want to kind of give them an option to drop it off somewhere. You can add that one in. We're going to do that here today, assuming that you also have a retail store. Of course, you can remove that if you don't. I'm going to require this one. I want them to fill that out when they go through the form. So now when I create this ticket field here, it will save that. And last question here, I want to just make sure that they don't have any water damage. Maybe there's other steps you need to take in preparation for a water damaged device. And so we will capture that and we'll make that required as well. So then we've got our fields. We're not capturing any device details here because the next step that we're going to show off will let us capture that information from the customer in a little bit more detail. And that step is our repair widget. So jumping over to our admin page, again, over here on the left-hand side of the screen, when we scroll down to our repair widgets, are really helpful if you work on a specific list of devices where you want to capture details such as make, model, and then whatever other custom data you need. So for example, here we can capture other fields. So just real quick, I want to show off how you might edit this. So when I go in and click edit on a device repair widget, we can see that we have that thumbnail already selected. Um, we selected our iPhone 10 image, but we have many images there that you can choose from for each one of your device types. When you set up these, you can, see that they're all in a list. I can rearrange this. Maybe I want that one up further. We'll just drag this one up all the way. And then we have different information here. I can clone this device if I'd like. Maybe we'll just do an XS Max, right? We might not do a repair on that one. So I've added in details here that we want to take advantage of. So from there, I can update that widget device, and now that's been added into this information here. You can, customize this quite a bit. If you want to review it, we'll preview this in just a moment, though. This is going to be a second step in the custom widget that we're setting up. And I'm going to go ahead now and jump over to that custom widget we've been discussing. And we will put these steps that we've just created all together. So we're going to scroll down just a bit to our custom widgets. And custom widgets here are going to be the tool we use to create a flow, kind of like a contact form flow that our customers are going to fill out for us. Before I create that widget flow, I do want to note that we also have theme colors available where you can customize like the color scheme of how your widgets are going to look. You can clear them. They all have default fields there. But with this, it's definitely something that can help you match this up to any color schemes you have on your website. So it's a really great tool there. Gives you a lot of customization with your custom widgets. So I'll leave that like that. And when we create a new widget flow, I'm going to give it a name. Mobile repair. Again, kind of going with that theme. And we see here that we have a URL that we're able to use, and we'll use this to test the flow. We also have an embed code, and this is what you would use to embed this on your website. So you would copy paste that into a web page. We aren't going to go through the embed process here because, of course, there's different scenarios, different websites, and we're not going to go through the web development side of this, but we do want to note that this flow should be working with any type of website that you would have. What I will do here is go ahead and start adding some steps that we need. We want to capture customer details first. From there, we're going to get information on the device they have with that repair widget we created. We want to use the issue detail to fill in those custom fields for the ticket that we created. And from here, we are going to end with a confirmation step. There are other things you can add in like signature step, appointments, captchas. We're going to skip those during this flow. You can definitely choose to do that, but we will be using the appointment and signature steps later on in our process. So we won't be using them here in this widget flow. This is a very simple and straightforward flow that you can modify. In this case, we are going to require quite a bit of information because I want to make sure that when a customer goes on my website to fill the form out, I have all the contact information I will need later. With that repair widget, we would select the device repair widget that we previously had created. Scrolling down here, we have our issue details. We're going to get a description here from them. I'm going to show the custom field, and I'm going to select that mobile repair custom field type. And we'll leave it like that. So we just want to get a simple description of the issue. We're going to let them fill out some fields, and that will make that quick and easy for us to capture that information. Our last confirmation step here will allow us to make sure that this process gets created. You have some options here to create a ticket automatically. We're not going to create a ticket. We're going to have it create a lead, which will be a step that we can use to process these incoming requests and have a place to view those before they come into our whole ticketing flow. And we'll, of course, be showing this off briefly here. And I am redirecting this to a new URL. I want to kind of show this off. We just have this little URL that our marketing team helped us set up. you would have a URL on your web page for that second landing page to give the customer some final instructions, next step information that they would need for the repair process. Now that we've set up that flow, there are a few other things we want to set up so that when we test this out, we have everything configured for you to view from the customer side and from your side. So we're going to head back to the admin page and set up an appointment reminder schedule. We're starting with the appointment reminder schedule because we will apply those to the appointment types that we're going to be creating as well. So here we are on the appointment reminder schedules, and we're going to go ahead and create 2 reminder schedules here. Our first one is going to be for device pickup. We are going to send this email reminder the night before, just in case it's a multi-day appointment, so they can be prepared for that. And we're going to send them an SMS reminder an hour before the appointment. And so this is something that we also have set up here for just the message that we're going to send. So that way they have that information here. They can reply to that text, and you can have that reply come into RepairShopr for you. So I'll save this one. And we're going to go ahead and create another reminder schedule here for device drop off. And this one we are going to send a reminder the morning of. In that case, we will leave it with just this. We're not going to send an SMS for this flow because you might have their phone. So we've set those up. Now let's go ahead and attach these to the appointment types we'll also be using. Appointment types are used to help you customize the emailed instructions and the location of the appointments that you are creating. So I already have a few like on-site appointments, but I want to customize this a little bit more. And we're going to go with the same theme, device pickup, device drop-off flows. I'm going to add in my appointment reminder schedule. We can now scroll down here and I can automatically add in that trip charge that would be applied because we have a standard $15 delivery fee we mentioned. So this way you don't have to remember to add that charge to the ticket that you've created. And here I'm just going to create a simple little message that we will add into the appointment instructions that will be as a part of the email that they get confirming their appointment. You can, of course, customize this, add more details as needed. But now I'm going to save this. And let's go ahead and create another appointment type for device drop-off. And we'll same thing, customer's address as opposed to any other location, the device drop-off. Not going to have a charge for dropping off the device. And then let's just say, we'll kind of use the same text. We don't need to say, have your device ready for pickup. We can also say, we will call you with any questions or issues prior to arriving for your appointment. If you have any questions or need to provide an update to us prior to your appointment time, please call us at, and then we'll use a template tag here, account phone. That way your account phone number, your business number, of course, would be set up there. And we'll go ahead and save that. So with those appointment types created, we have that information captured there. The last appointment step that we're going to customize is the calendar integration. You'll be able to have notifications in the calendar module here to see appointments, but having your technicians have their calendar integrated into RepairShopr, like we're going to do here by navigating to that top right corner with our name and hitting the My Calendars, you'll be able to have calendar appointments from your Google Calendar system pull into RepairShopr. And I'll show you why that's helpful here. So I select my Google Calendar. I've got a few accounts here. We're going to use the RepairShopr business email here I've created. And I'm going to allow that integration. And I have a few calendars. I'm going to choose just my standard calendar to sync here. When I do that, we can see that that sync has set up. And now we can also see here that we can pull in appointments from Google into RepairShopr. And I'll do that here as well. So now that we have that sync set up, that was quick and easy. Each user on your account would need to set up their own integrations. And we'll show off this calendar the appointments a little bit later when we actually go through this flow for creating the appointment. I do want to set up one more integration and show off some of our payment integration available for this flow. So heading back to our admin page, over here on the left-hand side of the screen, we have our App Center. And within your App Center, there's many integrations, but we also have our payment integrations that we mentioned. The recommended payment integration we recommend is WorldPay. Today, though, we're also going to show off our other options here, which are PayPal and Square. So scrolling down a little bit further, we have our integrations for PayPal here. Our PayPal integration is specifically used to let customers pay online. Whenever they pay, they'll go to the PayPal website to process a credit card, and it'll send it to your PayPal account. It will also update RepairShopr, letting them know that a payment was received. The other integration that we will be mentioning here, and I won't show up the setup for, is Square. The Square integration here is going to give you the chance to use our RepairShopr mobile app to process payments directly within that app. But we have those integrations set up, so let's go check out a few more things that you want to set up to have a good flow for communicating with your customers and keeping your staff updated. Let's head over to our admin page again and take a look at notifications. Our notification center is used for internal notifications. So in this case, we have this default notification set. And I'm going to edit this one because it already has some notifications that I want to use. And I want to make sure that some are added in for email as well as in-app notification. You can also do mobile push notification, webhooks. We have integrations with Slack and Microsoft Teams. So I want to know when a lead has been created, which we have that one here. And I want to get a notification and an email about that. If they reply, we'll do the same thing. If we have a appointment was created for us, this is great to set up, and we'll do the same thing there. We'll have a few notifications for that. I want to also know with the notification if somebody replied to an email, which we already have the email one set up by default. And then scrolling down here, there's a few others that I want to set up, and a ticket, somebody replied to my ticket. So if the customer emails you a reply to an email that you sent them, you can have that captured there. Last one we're going to set up is our payments. Payment was made to the customer portal. We will set up notifications for that as well. There's of course many other notifications you can set up here, so definitely dive through those and use that for multiple use cases in RepairShopr. But we've got that set up, so that's going to be great for getting us notified when we test out this flow. There's a few lead and ticket settings I want to review and update before we dive into our templates. So scrolling down here, we have our leads preferences. And I want to quickly make sure that we have a lead auto response email set up. Because when the customer fills out that custom widget that we created, it will send them an auto response email, just letting them know that we got their submission, and we'll customize that email that gets sent out. So that was quick. The other one here is actually found over here on the settings, and we can see ticket settings here. And we're going to view a few things here. I want to enable our intake and outtake form. This will allow us to capture signatures from the customer when we go on site to pick up the customer's device. As we scroll down here a little bit more, I want to add in a new issue type here for mobile repair, so I can categorize these repairs. With our additional settings, we can see there's additional preferences here for things like ticket status. I've already quickly added into here for waiting for pickup, ready for delivery, but you would just quickly add a status and then update that there. But those two, waiting for pickup, ready for delivery, are the ones we added as custom statuses. From there, everything else looks good. We're going to leave all these other ones here. We're going to not default email comments to be emailed, just a setting preference for us. And then as we scroll down, we are going to hit save, and that's been completed. So last thing we're going to take a look at is our templates. There are a lot of things you can do with templates. We're going to take a quick look at some of these templates to make sure they work well for our flow. I do want to note for things like our intake and outtake forms that there are a lot of customization you can set up here. And so these are HTML editors that you can edit completely. For this one though, we have customer information, ticket details, we have the problem, And we have some really simple like intake form disclaimer here, which works well. So you can see the signature there as well. So that one looks great. This is where you edit your intake form disclaimer. And so that's available there. Heading over to our templates again, I want to take a quick look at our outtake form template to make sure that one looks good. It's very similar. It's going to have the same information. It's going to have comments there from the ticket. And I want to go ahead and add in some outtake form. Signing this confirms that your repair was completed successfully, and we have returned your device back to you. Reference your intake form for Of course, you would edit this however you'd like, but we're going to keep it very simple here for this. But if you already have a form, you can paste those terms you have into your outtake form disclaimer. So those templates look great. There may be some others that we want to look at. The invoice template is one that may be emailed to the customer, which has your line items and everything. This one looks good. It has ticket details and invoice details. So we want to take a moment to look at all of our email templates. So with our email templates, there's a few that we will be sending out during this flow. Appointment reminder email, of course, is that one that we set up with those appointment reminder schedules. Previewing this, we can see, hey, you have an appointment scheduled. You can update that with template tags. Great email, letting them know they can reply. If they need to change anything, they can do that. So we'll leave that one like it is. Scrolling through here, we have our lead autoresponder email. And so when I edit this one, I can see that I have the ability to add in some text here. So I'm just going to quickly, maybe since a thank you, say we have received your submission. We'll be in contact very soon to confirm your details and schedule an appointment. Any questions, please call. Super simple. We'll update that template and have that added in. From here, as we scroll down, we will be sending out a unpaid invoice email. Let's preview this one real quick. And you can see that this has our PayPal link. So when we set up that integration with PayPal or credit card, you'd have a link visible there for the customer to quickly pay. So we'll show this off as well, but that looks good for our use case here. And then we might send a comment email. You might send them an update about anything. And so you have the ability here to see, hey, you have an update, you have information there, a link to their profile so they can view the full ticket details as well. So all those templates look great. So the last thing we're going to set up before we dive in to test this out is our marketer. So heading up, we have a marketer tab here. And marketer is a great tool. Allows you to send out follow-up emails, one-time blast emails. For this use case, though, we're going to scroll down and set up this 2-week follow-up email campaign just to check in with them after they have completed the repair. And I want to quickly edit this to see how this looks. So we're sending out 14 days. You can change that how many days. And we have a little simple email there, just text-based, making it very personalized. I'm going to change the subject though. I'm going to say, how was your recent repair experience? Something simple like that. And that looks good. You can add links and images and everything to this if you'd like, but we're going to leave it just like that and update that mailing. So now that's enabled, it'll send out emails after repairs have been completed, you've had invoices paid. So that's going to be really helpful for just heading off any warranty issues, communicating with the customer. So awesome, you did it. That is all you need to do to set up an entirely new way to do business with RepairShopr. Now let's dive into how this actually is going to work for you. We're going to head back over to that custom widget we created and show off how it's going to look for your customer. We're going to use this quick URL right here to show this off. When you are setting this up and testing this for your uses, you will want to do this in an incognito window, is what we recommend. With our incognito window, the reason why is whenever you're logged into an account, there's some security settings that limit it, and you also kind of have a different view than what your customer would see. So we can see here we have our color set up there. We can, of course, have that adjusted whenever you have yours set up. But we're going to go through this flow. I'm going to start off by getting some contact information. I've just quickly populated a bunch of information. We got Samuel here, email, phone number, address. Of course, you would have all that filled in by the customer. And so when we hit next, we have the devices that we've created. So I'll go with this iPhone. And let's go ahead and use this iPhone XS today. We have our colors, black. What's their issue? They have a cracked screen. Any additional issues? Nope, we don't have any. So that looks good. The front screen is damaged, but the phone still works. Great. Does the device have water damage? No. What's your password? Something like that. What's your serial number, IMEI? You can have them type that in if they'd like. Would you like to pay or rush repair? No, the standard repair mobile fee is going to be great. So they can choose that option. And then from there, they've filled out those fields. So when we hit next, this has, gone over to our website. So we see here we've kind of customized this on our page. We read this information. Should we receive a call from us? You can, of course, customize all the information that you would need to share with the customer. And now they're on your website, so you have that as a place for them to go navigate to anything else they want to see. So let's go ahead and close this out here. And I want to take a moment to navigate over to the, let's see, lead. We got a notification. Hey, it looks like you got a new lead. Let's click on that and check it out. So that notification is going to take us to this lead that we're able to review. We can make sure that we have all the information we need. Since this flow, and you're going to be sending somebody to a customer on site to a home, maybe a business, this flow that we've set up is designed to have a more hands-on feel in regards to what your technicians need to do outside of a RepairShopr. When you're processing this lead, we recommend that you call the customer and go over a few things, such as making sure the device information they gave you is correct, and the information they described about their issues is still accurate. You want to make sure that they understand the pricing for the repair, update their contact information. And then from there, when you have all that information confirmed, you can create a customer and a ticket, because then on the ticket, we are going to set up an appointment. So when I view this ticket that we just created, it will take me to this ticket detail page where I can go ahead and, with the customer, go over the appointment details. I can view this calendar in a new window if I'd like, which would let me see what appointments I already have going on. I can see all that detail. Looks like we're pretty wide open there. So with this, you would, of course, select your device pickup appointment type, which would trigger location, time. I only have one user, so I'm going to be the one going in doing this appointment myself. But then we can specify our time for this. Let's go ahead and say that we're going to go at 1 o'clock. Sounds good. And we'll give ourselves an hour buffer time in case of delays in traffic or anything like that. And from there, we can email this appointment. We're not going to select that box, and we can create that appointment. So now I've gotten another notification here, and actually here with my calendar, I'm going to take a moment to come over here and pull up the actual technician calendar that I have set up. So with this now, I see I have some appointments pulled in here. I've got some other details, and I have that appointment pulled into my calendar, so I can get notifications there. There are also appointment reminder details that are sent over to the customer, and I want to take a moment to show those off here. We can see that they got that lead autoresponder there as that first email. We also have here that appointment reminder, time scheduled, contact information, and of course you can customize this however you would like, but this is going to be the email that kind of gets sent out to the customer. So those look great. And now with that information, your technician would have this ticket ready to go. With this flow, you would want your technician to also have a phone or a tablet with them with the RepairShopr mobile app that we mentioned. They're going to be using that mobile app to capture a signature for the intake form. From the mobile app, there's a place to view the intake form and have it signed. I'm going to show the intake form off here on this computer right now. And with that intake form, it's going to let you go over the initial information. You can go over the details about the ticket, and then we can also view the terms and have the customer sign. So using the mobile app makes that quick and easy when you go on site to a customer, and you can have that signature digitally captured. Your technician would also, of course, need to bring any parts or tools if you're doing the repair on site. For our flow, we are assuming that you might be bringing it back to a storefront. So then we're going to, pick up that device, take it back with you to your store. When you bring it back into your shop, you would have technician begin the repair. They would add any parts. So we can go up to our add charges here on this ticket. See, we already have a trip charge added in. We can go ahead and add in like that iPhone XS screen that we'll need. And when we do that, that's updating our quantity, removing that item from our inventory. So with that, we've added those charges. We can scroll down here and add a public note or an email. We'll just do a public note here today. Let them know this repair has been completed. We'll add a little public note, and we can say ready for delivery. And so we've added a little update there. Now with this, I'm going to go ahead though and make an invoice. And when we make an invoice, I want to note that there are multiple options for when you want to capture payment for this flow, depending on your business preferences. We're going to start off by showing you, the flow that you can use to capture payment prior to going on site. I can go here and email this invoice to the customer. Maybe give them a note saying, no, hey, once this invoice is paid, we'll contact you, set up a time to deliver your device to you. And we can send that email. With that email, it would give them an option, if we go over to our inbox now, to view their invoice that has been attached, and they can see that information that we've just sent them. And they have a quick and convenient link to click to pay that invoice. So now we see that they're on their customer portal where they can view that PDF if they want to view details about that. But they can also click to check out with PayPal. When they do that, it'll take them to the PayPal site where they'll be able to create an account or enter an email there to get started processing that payment. We're not going to process payment online with PayPal here today. So I want to take a moment just to jump back to the invoice, and I'm just going to quick pay this just to close out that payment for this flow. And when you take a payment, the ticket will ask you to resolve it and open an outtake form. We're not going to close this ticket yet because we still need to do a few things. Mainly with this flow, we want to go back to that ticket and create a follow-up appointment. So you would call the customer, contact them, let them know, hey, we've completed a repair, and then you would be able to go through and create a new appointment. This appointment type for device drop-off would be set up. We are able to set up a time. Maybe we're coming first thing in the morning to drop that off for them. We can note that here. And again, we're going to email them, send them a reminder about everything. That appointment reminder, we saw a notification here. We have a new appointment created. The customer got their reminder. And of course, our calendar has a new appointment there as well. One thing I like to note is that with an alternative payment flow, you would be able to complete the repair, contact that customer, create that appointment like we just described. And instead of taking payment through an invoice where you email them the invoice, you can use our Square integration to capture the payment through our RepairShopr mobile app. That can be done, when you first pick up the device. We recommend doing it as you drop off the device. That way, when the customer has the device, they confirm it's working. There's no other issues with that repair. You can capture a payment and complete that flow. So the technician would go on site with that appointment, with the device that you've repaired for the customer, and they would complete that repair. The last step we recommend is using the mobile app to capture an outtake form. And our outtake form, like we previously set up for the template settings, of course has all the details here, noting that the repair has been completed successfully. And we can capture that signature. And from there, that's been completed. We can then mark this ticket as resolved, which closes it out and completes that repair. Marketer would send an email in 2 weeks or whenever you set that email up to be sent, and you've completed that flow. Now you can go ahead and get this set up on your account, and from there, market this entirely new service to your customers. We appreciate your time today. We hope this has been very helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, help@repairshopr.com. But again, thank you so much for using RepairShopr, and we're so excited to help you as you continue to grow your business.